So I'm gonna just dive right into it, man, right now, and let you guys know what's going down in these gaming streets. Why people are so upset with pretty much Sony sending all of their first party exclusives games over to PC, and why I feel like PC is pretty much the best place to game, because you have the best of both worlds. You can either get into the PlayStation ecosystem, or you can get into the PC ecosystem. You can get into the Xbox ecosystem. You got Nintendo emulators. You got Android emulators where you can even play Android games. You even had a Microsoft market. You can download more games. So that's why I feel like PC is the place to play if you don't already have your hands on a PS5, and it's pretty much hard to get one. For most people, it may be even impossible with the price hike. So these are some of the reasons why people are so upset, pretty much mad at Sony. I mean, I'm just going to be real. They are very upset. You have the whole Death Stranding issue where people, to the point where people were calling Kojima a traitor. Okay, if you have your own business, your own pretty much production company, gaming company, pretty much you can do whatever you want to do and nobody can't say nothing about it. No, not these Sony ponies, not these Sony fanboys. They're sending threats. They're all over Twitter. They're calling this man out. They're saying he's this. They're saying he's that. They're talking about his family, him, and everybody else that's in his gang. Now, this is crazy. All over a game that's coming to PC. Now, first of all, they were already 38 hot with Spider-Man coming over to PC. Now, if that wasn't enough to piss them off, it got a lot better. Death Stranding came over. If that's not enough, now they're about to get the new God of War Ragnarok, Ratchet and Clank, and Spider-Man Miles Morales in Steam, and I think the Epic Gaming Store coming soon. For some games already on PC, Days Gone and all that stuff like that, but you have some games that's on the way that pretty much the Sony fanboys cannot take it because they don't want to feel like they wasted their money. I get it. Nobody wants to buy a plastic box and feel like it doesn't have the value there still. It doesn't have the quality and the value there because they're pretty much giving away all of their exclusives. That was pretty much the magic about PlayStation, PS5. So once all of the exclusives leaves and come to PC, there's pretty much no value there for the average fan to be like, man, if it's just a gamer, a casual gamer, not really a fanboy or a diehard fan of PlayStation, do you really have to get a PlayStation? Or do you just want one because of all of the hype around PlayStation 5? It's a lot of hype. It's a very hyped up console, and it don't even really have much value as of right now. They're only dropping exclusives here and there. It's not like they're dropping AAA bangers every month. Like some fanboys are hyping it up. They didn't open the floodgates for PlayStation Plus Premium like they opened the floodgates for pretty much Game Pass. So they didn't do that for PlayStation yet. Now, will it get to that point eventually if the whole entire gaming industry goes that way? If Nintendo goes that way, cloud gaming, pretty much and make a Game Pass, I'm pretty sure, Sony will get back around these Decepticons, these low down, grimy, scheming, manipulating, robbing, brainwashing their fan base, stealing from their fan base, shady Sony up there at the front office. Maybe they will get back to PS Plus, PlayStation Plus, maybe. But it's probably going to take somebody like Nintendo to pretty much come out and say, hey, we're about to create a Game Pass too. And I get it. You don't want to lose all of your exclusives. Come on now. I understand your fear of that. You can be dethroned by Xbox this generation. Yes, they are selling good, but they're not selling great. And Xbox is pretty much catching up. because they can't keep up with demand. Now, a lot of people will say, well, it's due to the pandemic. We're having chip shortages. They're gonna name everything under the sun. But like a lot of casual gamers say, and a lot of gamers out there in blogs and vlogs, they all say the same thing. A person's not really going to buy something that they don't want and they don't see value in. If you even go to GameStop and try to pick up a PS5 or Xbox Series X or S, they're gonna tell you what the value is. They're gonna say, hey man, look, you can get that PS5, but it's not gonna come with something like Game Pass right now. They don't even offer that deal. That's like separate. So not only you have to pay $70, you know what I'm saying, you're not gonna get that $1 once you start, or 3 months or something like that for $1 once you first sign up to get you jump started.Ey're not gonna give you that on PlayStation. You just don't have that value there. Not saying that they won't do it one day, because I think they're trying to slowly go day and date to pretty much PlayStation Plus Premium, but they're just being held back. I don't know what's going on with Sony up there at the front office. Man, these are some this is the most low down company I ever seen in my life, man. I just can't get over the fact that they're hiking the price up on PS5, and then they're even talking about upcharging and pretty much price hiking PlayStation Plus Premium. I don't even know why they are dibbing and dabbing in everything. I'm talking about they are trying to milk their own fan base for everything they got. They're just finessing PS5 right now, pimping it out like it's crazy right now, man. And I get it. You don't want all of your exclusives to leave. We get it. I get the outrage, and the uproar of all of the PlayStation fanboys, Sony ponies. I get it. You don't want to feel like you're losing, or you're taking an L, or you're taking a loss. Like, why am I getting the PS5 and everything is coming over to PC? So we're going to jump back over here to this list that a lot of games are coming. If you already have a PS5, cool. I mean, hey, big shout out to you if you already have your PS5. To all the diehards out there, big shout out to you guys. Like I said before, I love PlayStation. I just can't stand Sony. I don't like the way they run their business. I cannot stand the way the front office up there, Sony, runs their business. I feel like they're grimy and they're greedy. And I'm sticking to that. And I know a lot of other people feel the same way. So you got the Uncharted coming. This is a list that I'm going back over. I went over it before, but I just want to touch on a few bases. You have the Uncharted collection on the way to PC. And I know we have a lot of diehard fans of Uncharted that's coming from PlayStation, but that's another one that's about to come over, the collection. So I'm guessing every Uncharted collection series is coming to Steam, I think, at Epic. So you should be able to download them in the near future if they're not already on there. I have to go back and check. The Last of Us. Every Last of Us supposed to be coming to Steam, PC, and I think Epic. Pretty much everything that comes to Steam is going to pretty much come to Epic too. God of War, all of them. All of the God of Wars are coming if they're not already on there. Ratchet and Clank, every last one of them. Little Big Planet, that's probably for the kids. It's a cute little game. You know what I mean? That's probably dope for them. Infamous. Now Infamous, why haven't we got another Infamous? What did they stop at? 2, 3? Why didn't we get like a part, a remake of that? Or why I really like Infamous. It's certain games. See, this is when I go back. This is when I got to go back to Days Gone, when Sony made this idiotic, decision, the most stupidest decision to make all their AAA bangers movies and TV shows, which is that would have been cool if they would have allowed them to make a Days Gone 2 like they wanted to. Oh my goodness. They were asking Sony, can we please make a part 2? They said, no, we're going to make a TV show or a movie. What about the gaming community? Okay, it's okay to make movie, like divide them, split them up. Okay, cool. You want to make the movie or the TV show, fine, but make sure you had a game coming out with it. Kind of like The Last of Us, but The Last of Us probably a little bit bigger, but I understand that one. But Days Gone was still kind of like, yo, What about us? You know, we're trying to develop some more games. We're trying to get our bag flowing, and Sony is just overlooking these great studios that they have, that they don't want them to make a part 2. They don't want to spend the funding. But that's the same reason why they say they went up on the games, to support the developers. Now they're just going back and forth, contradicting. Like, I just don't get Sony. These are the idiotic decisions that they make. We're going to make movies and TV shows, but forget about our own gaming community. You get what I'm saying? So these are studios that's begging them, can we make a part 2 and 3? So I just want to touch on that. Why don't we have another Infamous out? You know? Now, Ghost of Tsushima. Now, this is a big AAA banger that so many people love. And I think they do have either TV show or series coming with that one. And I think they do have a part 2 to that one coming out. Only because it was so big. And, you know, that's kind of like their bread and butter. Like any AAA banger sells really great. Like, it have really high numbers. That's who they kind of, their how to say this word? Favoritism. They have favoritism towards that studio. So because they feel like you're actually going to bring us more money back. We're even if we do put our money into you, we know we're going to fully get it back and more. So they don't really want to take a loss at all. You know, they don't want to take a loss in these games. I'm just being real with you guys. This is what's going down in these gaming streets. Sony don't want to take a L in money. Now, Horizon on Forbidden West, that's on the way. Gran Turismo, that's on the way. You know, I think it's 2 Gran Turismos. Gran Turismo, I think a Sport, and a Gran Turismo 7. And Demon Souls and Returnal. All of these games are a problem for the Sony fanboys. They do not like it. Every game that will be announced, we will definitely have a console war. This war is not going to end until the battle is over. Until Xbox completely takes over gaming, we're going to have a console war, because these games are all going to be a problem. I don't see no games on this list that once they come to PC, Microsoft PC, and some of them going to Xbox Game Pass or PC Game Pass, that is not going to be a problem. I can't. Once this Call of Duty Activision deal goes through, you may see everything on PC. Like, I'm talking about, they are begging pretty much Microsoft, Xbox not to take Call of Duty off of PlayStation, because that is pretty much like free third-party money that Sony really wants. I don't know if they need it. I don't know if they're going bankrupt. I don't know if they're down bad. I don't know why they're dogging their own fan base out. I don't know why they're stealing from them. I don't know why Sony's doing all these terrible things. So, you know, only thing we can do is speculate and try to figure out what's really going on. You know what I'm talking about? Bloodborne, another banger. Everybody was talking about Demon Souls, like I said, Returnal, Sackboy, and that Ragnarok. God of War Ragnarok. Man. The biggest AAA banger that since Spider-Man. Like, I'm trying to think, like, should they do day and date with God of War Ragnarok? Should they do it? You know, the only reason why I say this can jumpstart PlayStation Plus Premium is because this is one of the biggest games that Sony have, besides locking down Spider-Man and Wolverine, Final Fantasies, Resident Evils, DLCs, backdoor deals that they're blocking rights. There's a lot of stuff. So you can just go down the list on and on and on. It's just, the list doesn't stop with Sony. Like, they did so many terrible things with Sony. It's just like, this is the villain of gaming. Like, they are the villains. Like, it's like bad news, bad press, publicity. It's just controversy, drama. They're just a toxic company, and they're just dragging PlayStation down with them. If it's kind of like that person, like, if I go down, you go down. That's kind of how it is with Sony. And you know, it's a sad thing, because there's so many fans that are getting caught up in the crossfire, that's getting hurt. See the price hikes, greedy, grimy, you know, low down scheming, shady Sony. So many other so many other content creators, so many bloggers and vloggers are saying the same thing. Now we are actually coming together, because now I'm seeing that there is a community that we do want to see the right thing happen. We want to game the right way. We want to have fun the right way. We don't want anyone to be left behind and left out because of price hikes. We want you to play where you choose to play, have fun where you're at playing. We want you to be treated fairly. We want you to spend the, fair amount of money in gaming. We don't want anybody to have to say, well, man, wow, I came up here to the store, I was told a month ago that they were $500, and now you just hiked the price up, and I wasn't paying attention to the price hike. Some people aren't into gaming news. They're just not. They're not into fanboys. They're not into bloggers and vloggers and gaming politics like we are. Some people don't know. So it only helps if people spread the word and say, yo, this not right. They have to make a stand. Even if they have to blackball PlayStation, they have to protest, they have to sign letters, go out of their way, sign petitions. Oh, they can do it towards Kojima, but you can't do it towards Sony. You can't stop them in their tracks. You see what I'm saying? See how it works with fanboys? That's what I'm saying. They're brainwashed. They don't think Sony can do anything wrong. But once they feel betrayed by Kojima, or they're going to sign petitions to stop them from even making a game for Xbox Game Pass, they're going out of there. These fanboys are crazy. These are some Decepticonic people out here, man. I'm talking about, you don't know the things that I have seen on these blogs and vlogs. I'm talking about, it's like unheard of. Like, who thinks of these things to say and do to people? I mean, do they just sit home miserable all day and say, man, I want to see how I can screw somebody over today? It's getting to that point where we can't even focus on gaming because we spend half the time fighting and bickering at each other, cussing each other out, console war. I'm on PlayStation side, I'm on PC side, I'm on Xbox side, I'm on Nintendo side. Even the mobile and cloud gaming people are getting into it now, because you got to think that's becoming a thing now, cloud gaming. So if you don't get on this train right now, you're going to get left behind. And that's pretty much what's going to happen to PS Plus Premium if Sony don't step up and start doing day and date. That's when I go back to God of War. Why won't they just put this day and date on there to boost the service? I don't know why. A lot of people have questions. They need answers. They want to know why are y'all doing this to your own fan base? Why did you spend over, what was it, 3 billion, 7 billion for Bungie? I can't remember which one. Why are you paying all these blocking fees? Why are you blocking games? Why are you doing all these exclusive deals for like Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo? But you want Starfield and Redfall on PlayStation. Did you know they tried to get Starfield on PlayStation? I think they even want to try to make it exclusive, if I'm not mistaken, at first. I heard that. Like, that was crazy when I heard that news, and I was like, wow, they tried to get Starfield? I was like, I didn't even think they was interested in that game. So many people was like, complaining in this, that, and the third. And and this whole $5 billion stealing from your own fan base thing, Sony, you should be ashamed of yourself. That cut me deep. Like, that's gonna leave a scar very deep that I'm just disgusted every time I look at Jim, Ryan up there at Sony's front office. Every time I look at them, they just disgust me. Like, how are you gonna steal from your own fan base $5 billion, overcharging people 30% over with digital distribution games, with DLCs and so many other accessories that they're overcharging people for that they don't even know about? Because see, they're diehard fans. Some people aren't fanboys, they're just diehard fans. They just love PlayStation, but they don't know what Sony's doing behind closed doors, and that's a shame. And us as a content creators have to continue to deliver this information to them so they don't get lost in the sauce. You know what I'm talking about? So we have to touch on everything before other lying fanboys out there try to pretty much back up whatever toxic stuff Sony's out here doing. They're trying to defend it. So we have to tell the people what's really going down in these gaming streets. And you have the other side, pretty much fanboys lying, being deceitful, backstabbing. They're just a backstabbing at Sony, stirring up everything, confusing everybody. Oh no, we heard this. Oh no, we heard that. Now the people don't even know who to believe anymore. All we know is that Sony is giving away all of PlayStation 5 exclusives to PC. And a lot of fans just want to know why all of a sudden you're giving it away. And I feel like I just pretty much, I know a lot of fans are really, really prideful. I know a lot of Sony fanboys are really prideful. But deep down inside, some inside of you is still saying, your conscience is going to eat at you. Did I really just waste my money on the PS5? If you're into gaming news and politics and fanboy console wars, you're going to start to think, like, bro, if everybody keeps saying I'm wasting my money, bro, and just go get a PC or Xbox Game Pass, did I really waste my money? Hell, I'm even starting to think that way. Will you waste your money? I mean, it's cool if you go get a PS5. I'm not telling you not to go get one, because I love PlayStation as well. You know, you already know I'm just against Sony. But if you really think about just being all fair, like for real, do you really feel like that's losing the value if pretty much all of your games are going to PC? You know, like, do you have any value? Like, exclusive deals make you feel like you locked down something, you know? And Sony knew that, you know, if you can only, Nintendo knows that as well. You're locking down Super Mario, you can't buy it anywhere else, that's a good thing if it's your own IP. And I go to say this again, Spider-Man was not, you know, Sony's IP. They don't own Spider-Man. Now they bought the license to create a Spider-Man game, but they still stole it off of two different, you know, devices, gaming devices in the console. You stole it away from PC and Xbox. That actually was the main two places they did not want Spider-Man to go, because they feel like that's the only leverage we had, and two more games were being developed. Now, once they announced God of War coming out, Ragnarok, that's just a big Spider-Man announcement. You know, it may not be bigger than Spider-Man, but it's they're pretty much neck and neck. You know, it's a pretty big. And now that besides Call of Duty, Spider-Man, and God of War, those are three really big deal games on for the PlayStation platform, period. Once those games are announced, people are gonna go crazy. You know, but I don't know if it's still okay if they're giving away all of PS5 exclusives, devaluing the console for certain people. Now, just a diehard true fan of PlayStation, I can understand. If you just love PlayStation, that's what you choose to play. That's what you want to play with your friends, your family, all of your loved ones. I get it. That's perfectly fine. I'm not against that. But I'm saying, do some people feel like, man, did I really waste my money? Am I really gonna waste my money? Like, this is gonna start to add up, man. I'm talking about, look at all these $70 games you have to buy. You have to buy, like, for this list, what I just named, like 10, 12 different games. Add up all 70. Look at all this money you have to spend on games, bro, when you could just get the value on PC or Xbox Game Pass. That's a lot of money you guys are gonna be wasting if your consoles are going up over there on PlayStation 5 and they're only really playing story-driven AAA banger games as their first-party studio games. That's what the fanboys only really count anyways. They don't count AAA multi-plat bangers. They only count first-party. So that's why they always say Xbox has no games. We know Xbox have games, but they only count first-party games like Halo, Forza, and Gears. See, most people get it confused. Well, it's my nigga, they got thousands of games, but they don't count third party because it's on every platform. So that automatically eliminates the exclusive, you know, hype. That's why Sony is so valuable to fans, because of the exclusive hype. Because that confuses a lot of people. They get confused when they do have a lot of games on. Yes, we know Xbox got millions of games already on there, but it's the first party games are coming. Next year is going to be a big problem for PlayStation, and we'll have to continue this later. I gotta run, but we will touch bases later on, guys. So make sure you smash that like, that subscribe button, click that notification bell. Thank you guys so much. Peace.